No, but he's the brother. He's the older brother. The other one.
Hey,
How are you doing?
but sure.
How are you?
If you get better than this, I'm afraid I don't know any better.
I heard you like, you're gonna get like 100 people here.
Yeah,
Over 100 degrees, I know.
Please,
so.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you. It is out there and so contagious.
Yeah.
That I spent a little time with my brother-in-law who was fine and double boosted, and with my sister likewise. And yeah, we were inside. I brought fruit salad. We were hanging out. I spent most of the time outside. Give my baby sister a hug, and you know that was it. Painful. And that evening, my brother-in-law really didn't feel well. They tested positive. It took 3 days for me to test positive, and then it took 3 days for Lonnie to test positive. And she took that medication and give her regular feed.
Yeah.
And she thinks that it's really not her. But you know, I was in pain and couldn't breathe, couldn't turn my head. That was about 3 days of that. And she would get up, shower, get dressed, and an hour later, she would be fast asleep. And then she would get up 4 hours later, about an hour later. And she did that for like 3.5, 4 days. And then she's off with friends today, and Naja, and she, they all agree, they're 10 of them, but they all agree that's the night before, but test positive, and all 10 of them tested. Did you get the test negative or not test positive? So they're both good.
I think mine not tested positive.
Okay, not tested positive. This one tested.
Yeah, I have 4 friends who tested negative.
You know, well, if I spent some of them went too good. What?
559.
559. 559. 559. I have to see. A little Wasser up here. Continuing, okay. Are we ready?
I mean, we only have 8 chairs here. So
Well, no, there'll be more.
I hope so.
Is it that time? Shabbat Shalom to everyone here and everyone out in the synagogue. I used to kind of joke that when Rob Dobberson was, I'd be back up for Rob Dobberson. And then Nadav came and I thought, okay, so Rob Dobberson would be back up and I would be batting third. And this Shabbat, I'll be batting fourth. Okay, I'm batting cleanup. Okay, and Meg will be batting third, and she's going to lead. We worked on the parts of the service that she's going to lead, and I'll be safety net.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
So the service begins.
On page 13. I almost said please rise, but that's tomorrow morning. So come back if you really love to stand up. For now, you can keep your seats. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bohem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barkuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Seitem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We can't hear you online.
Get your head in the game. It's my mind, my idea. That was the way I brought up that the tefillah on the bottom of page 13. Get your head in the game for Shabbat. And love the translation as much as anything. The sun on the treetops no longer is seen. Come, let us welcome Shabbat, the true queen. Behold her descending, the holy, the blessed, and with her God's angels of peace and of rest. Come now, dear queen, with us abide. Come now, Shabbat, our bride. Shalom Aleichem, angels of peace. Achamamei rosh ha'ilyanot nistalka, Bo v'netze likrat Shabbat ha'malka, Hine hi yoredet ha'kedusha ha'brucha, Ve'ima malachim tzva shalom u'menucha, Boi hamalka, Boi hakala, Shalom aleichem, Malachei hashalom.
We'll do the first and the last verse of Yedid Nefesh together. Yedid Nefesh, Havarachamar, Mishoch Avda, Darach Yevlo Yedidutach Minofetzuf Vechotam Igalena Ufrosaviv Halayet Sukat Shelomach Ta'ir Eretz Mikvotach Nagila V'nismecha bach Maher ahuv Kiva moed V'choneni Ki me'olam. The top of page 15, the Hunaranana. The Hunaranana Adonai Maria Mitzur Ishenu Nikad Mafanov Betoda Izmirot Narialo. We pick up at the square at the bottom. Arbaim Shana Akut Bedor V'omar Hamto Elevavim Vehem Lo Yedu Derachai Asher Nishbati V'yapi Im Yavun El Menuchati Shiru Ladonai Shir Hadash Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Baruch Shemo Basru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato Safru Vagoyim Kevodo V'chol Hamamim Niflotav Ki Gadol Adonai Umulal Meod Norahu Al Kol Elohim.
Lifnei Adonai kiva kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek ve'amim be'emunato. You know what? The news today made me think back, how long ago? A few months ago, where every single, out of every hour of news, 50 minutes, 55 minutes was Ukraine. And then came Uvalde, and 55 minutes of every news cycle was Uvalde and gun control. And then this morning, the Supreme Court came out with their ruling against Roe versus Wade. And I got to tell you, I listened to NPR this morning for 3 hours, and the entire morning was devoted to the news from the Supreme Court. And I only wish that there was some kind of balance, that we could hear these days still give me reports from Ukraine. Give me reports. Fill me in about Uvalde and where we're going, more than a small little snippet here and a snippet there.
But we still wanted to share some Jewish reflections about the Supreme Court decision today. So I will just share a few quotes that my partner here has found that I think are worth sharing with you. This comes from Rabbi Jill Jacobs, the CEO of Teruah. Reproductive freedom is a Jewish value. According to Jewish law, abortion is not only permitted in at least some circumstances, but even required if the life of the pregnant person is at risk. Sheila Katz, CEO of the National Council for Jewish Women. This egregious decision is a direct violation of both our American values and our Jewish tradition. Reversing the protections of Roe defies logic, morality, compassion, and the fundamental right of all Americans to practice their religious beliefs without interference from the government. By erasing abortion as a constitutional right, the ruling restores the ability of states to pass laws prohibiting it, which I am sure that you have read in the news today and before. At least 26 states are seen as either certain or likely now to ban abortion. Among them, 13 states that have already have trigger laws in place designed to ban abortion when Roe versus Wade is overturned, as it was today. And one of those states is the one that we live in, Michigan. Which I personally, as a Jewish woman and just a woman in the world in general, find abhorrent. I don't want to cry. I'm sorry. Let's continue with the service. We are on page 17. Ron will lead the next few of Psalms for us.
Adonai, we're going to read it as we do. Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechutim rabim. Continue silently in the English or in the Hebrew. Or zaru ala tzadik. Lishrei leaf simcha simchu tzadikim baronai vehodu lezeker kadsho. Shir Adonai shir chadash. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek ve'amin Mesharim. Let's continue on page 20 with Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Havu Ladonai B'nei Elim, Havu Ladonai Havaos, Havu Ladonai Kavod Shemo. Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arze halvanon vayarkidem kemo egel levanon v'siryon kemo venre'emim kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh kol Adonai yachil midbar Yachiel Adonai Midbar Kadesh. Kol Adonai Yecholel Ayalot Vayechesof Ya'arot Uvehechalo Kulo Omer Kavod Adonai Lamabul Yashab Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein Adonai Yevare et Amo Vashalom. We'll continue with the Chado D, page 21. A jazzy melody, an uplifting melody. Lechado D likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor b'dibiur echad hishmianu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'letiferet v'litila lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat Lichu v'neocha ki mikor habracha merosh mikedem nisucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela mikdash melech Ir melucha kumitzi mitocha fecha ravlach shevet be'emek habacha vehu yachamo alayichem la lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela itna ari me'afarku milivshi big day Tifartecha mi al yad ben yishai beit halachmi karva el nafshi ge'ala lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela itna ari me'afarku mi livshi big day Tifartecha mi al yad ben yishai beit halachmi korva el nafshi ge'ala lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kvod Adonai alayich nitla lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi viloti kalmi matish tochachi umatemi ba yechesu ani ami v'nivneta tila lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela v'hayu l'shimsa Shosayich v'rachaku kol mivalayich yasis alayich Elohayich chimsos chatan ahal kala lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela yaminu smol Tifrotzi ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi al yad ish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom, ateret bala gam besimcha, uvetzala tochemune, aham segula, boi kala lechadodi, nikrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Ooh. I will. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this issue because it's very near to my heart. What do Jews believe about abortion? After the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade earlier today, this question is more relevant, I guess, than ever. And so here's what I'm sure you have heard Rav Nadav speak about from the Bima several times and other Jews around the world. American Jews favor abortion rights very, very heavily, more than any other religious group, according to public national polls. Traditional Jewish law permits and even requires abortion in almost all circumstances, especially when the life and health of the pregnant person is at stake. And this includes issues of mental health as well. Those are not to be underestimated if carrying a pregnancy to term is endangering the mental health of the would-be or potential mother. That is of particular importance to Jewish law. And that means that Jewish women in dozens of states will almost certainly become unable to access the care that they might decide is necessary for them and the care that is required religiously of them. The JTA wrote some years ago, this is Ephraim Sherman, an Orthodox Jew and healthcare professional. He wrote, "What Jewish community would want to continue to live in a place where they are potentially barred from following halacha? Is the community even allowed by halacha to continue to live in such a place?" I've never thought about making aliyah more than I have today, for real. And furthermore, this is just a matter of economic justice as well, not just reproductive freedom, but the access to safe and legal abortions will become inaccessible, frankly, to women who are underpaid, who make less money than the norm. Women of color particularly will be affected. Justices Breyer, Sotomayor, and Kagan wisely pointed out in the dissent today that above all others, women lacking financial resources will suffer from today's decision. The president and CEO of Mazon commented that we are no less horrified and outraged and resolved to fight for what we know is right at all levels of government, not only because Jewish women are affected, but because all women are affected, and we are charged to care, especially for people without financial means. And I'll just leave you with one last thought. Sheila Katz from the National Council of Jewish Women says, "Today is a time to mourn for the loss of our rights. It's Shabbat. And after Shabbat, we will act." All right. Let's continue praying for now, for peace above all. We're on page 23, the song for Shabbat. Mizmor shir, shir li'om haShabbat. Mizmor shir, shir li'om haShabbat. Tov Lechodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, lechagid baboker chastecha, v'emunatcha baleilot. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir li'om haShabbat. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir li'om haShabbat. The wicked may flourish, springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed. For Adonai reigns supreme above all forever. Tzadik tamar yifrach, ke'erez avanon yizkei, shetulim beveit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od yenuvun beseva, deshenim verananim yiyu lechagid, ki yashar Adonai, tzuri tzuri velo avotavo.
This week, we observe the yard sites of Frida Ben Avi, Leah Shachno Benedict, Dora Rachel Berman, Selma Block, John F. Greensyke, Belle Brown, Harry Eskin, Zelda Foster, Paulina Goldstern, Jack Good, Benjamin Grossman, Max Hafter, Benjamin Hoffman, Doris Kirk, Dorothy S. Kripke, Herman Kroter, Ralph Lessing, Bernard Margolis, Pearl B. Miller, Jim O'Donnell, Ida Hoffenberg, Anna Reba, May Schoem, Mario Steingart, Irving Chevron, David Porter Siegel, Diana Sue Singer, Joseph Summers, Janet Van Gelder, and Nellie R. Williams. In addition, we continue saying Kaddish for Elaine Stoller, Natalie Scher, Suzanne Feingold Schultz, Judith Cashton, Lorraine Sherman, Michael Adams, Leona Leon, Phyllis Werble, Fenchon Lessing, Carol Feinerman, David Fauman, Bruce Tal, Carol Amster, Gary Joseph Ullman, Paul Ernest Phillips, Leslie Garber Matthews, Alan Fisherman, Raisa Levinskaya, Alice Cohen, Toby Barban Rothaus, Vivian Perlstein, Rick Morgenstern, S. Martin Lindenauer, and Bonnie Rosenberg. Find the Mortar's Kaddish on the bottom of page 24. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Biolma divara chirute v'amlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah nevorach liolam uliolmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit daleh v'yit halal shmei kudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata Damiron Biolama Vimru Amen. Yehe Shloma Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Oseh Shalom Vimromav. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Shabbat Shalom. It's time to move into Mariv, and the service will continue on page 28 in the middle of the page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv aravim v'chavnu v'tesh. Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael
Amcha Ahata Torah u'mitzvot u'kim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al kein Adonai Eloheinu v'shachveinu u'v'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha li'olam va'ed ki hein chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu u'bahem neged yomam v'layla v'abatacha al tasir mimeno leolamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem God, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'sinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'kashartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha v'hayam. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'amarta alehem ve'asu lahem tzitzit al kanfei vigdehem ledoratam v'natnu al tzitzit hakanaf patil techelet v'hayalachem letzitzit Uritem oto, uzachartem et kol mitzvot Adonai, vasitem otam, velo tatu ruacharei levavachem, viacharei einechem, asher atem zonim achareihem, leman tizkaru vasitem et kol mitzvotai, vitem kadoshim leloechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Yod lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem. Amen. On top of page 32. Umalchuto beratzot kiblu alehem Moshe v'nei Yisrael echanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yomru chulam mi chamocha v'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lot o sefer lemalchutecha ra'ufandecha bokayam lifnei Moshe ze Elianu ve'amru Adonai imlo leolam va'ed v'ne'emar Kifada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalo miad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
I want to read you an alternative Hashkivenu that really vibed with me this week. This is by Sarah Stock Mayo. She is a religious leader for Kesher Pittsburgh, a congregation that I have had the very good fortune of being able to spend last Rosh Hashanah with. Help us to lie down at night in comfort, safety, and peace. May the dreams of our children be sweet tonight and tomorrow and the day after. May the future be bright for them and for their children and for generations to come. Grant us the ability to rest after long days of work and of worry. Give us the chance to let our souls be at peace and give us the grace to know how to separate from the things we cannot control. Allow us to quiet our bodies and our minds as we drift away from the mundane and enter into a sacred dreamscape. Spread over us the shelter of your comforting presence. Help us to know that it is okay to let go, to breathe, to be, just to be. Journey with us into your sublime subconsciousness, and let us live in this liminal space of neither here nor there. For when we are with you, we are never truly alone. Guide us, watch over us, protect us. Allow us to rise in the morning with the fragrance of a new dawn, a chance to hope, to create ourselves anew, again and again and again. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-shabbat La'asot et ha-shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Veini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-shabbat la'asot et ha-shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Ki shechet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-shabbat la'asot et ha-shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-shabbat la'asot et ha-shabbat ledoratam berit
olam.
Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabbah v'yamad ivra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael b'galav izman kariv b'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam lo me'amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bialma himeru amen. Page 35b for the silent Amidah. You can daven the traditional liturgy or have your own prayer that you should be having at this time.
Adonai, open my lips so I may speak your praise. Praise are you, Adonai, our God and our God of our ancestors, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, great, mighty, awesome, exalted God, who bestows loving kindness, creator of all. You remember the pious deeds of our ancestors and will send a Redeemer to their children's children because of your loving nature. Remember us that we may live, O Sovereign who delights in life. Inscribe us in the book of life for your sake, living God. You are the Sovereign who helps and guards, saves and shields. Praised are you, Adonai, shield of Abraham and guard of Sarah. Your might, Adonai, is boundless. You give life to the dead. Great is your saving power. Your love sustains the living. Your great mercies give life to the dead. You support the falling, heal the ailing, free the fettered. You keep your faith with those who sleep in dust. Whose power can compare with yours? You are master of life and death and deliverance. Faithful are you in giving life to the dead. Praised are you, Adonai, master of death, life and death. Holy are you and holy is your name. Holy are those who praise you each day. Praised are you, Adonai, holy God.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atachu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atachu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol leit u'b'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Oh, thanks. That's my favorite.
Continue with Kaddish Shalem, page 100. What page? That's tomorrow. Page 48. Yikadal Yikadash Me Rabba Biolamat Ivarach Irate Viamlich Fakute Bechaychon Ubiomechon Bechayed Echol Beit Yisrael Bagalat Visman Karivi Meru Amen Yehesh Me Rabba Mevorach Leolam Leomaya Yitbarach Vishtabach Vitpar Vitramam Vitnase Vitadar Vitalev Vitalal Shmei Kudesh Shabarichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechamata Damiron Bialama V'imaru Amen Tikabel Sloton Ovoton Dechol Yisrael Kadam Avu Hon Divishmaya V'imaru Amen Yehi Shlomo Rabba Mitshemaya V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imaru Amen Ohoseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imaru Amen.
Page 51.
Aleinu Lishabeach Ladon Hakol Latet Gedula Leoser Reishi Shelo Asanu Kigoye Haratzot Velo Samanu Kemish Bechol Kadama Shelo Sam Melkenu Kahem Vigoraleinu Kechol Hamonam Va'anachnu Korim Umishtachavim Umodim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Shamayim V'Yosei Haaretz Umosha Bikaro Hashamayim Imahal Ushchinatu Zo V'Gavei Meromi Eloheinu Eino Emet Malkeinu Emet Zulato Kakatu Torato V'Yadata Hayom Ve'Hashemota Elevavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim
בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ, מתחת אינו נבין. Lemar, Adonai, Melech al kol haaretz, Vayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad. Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 52 for those reciting. Please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yoma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. V'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam ulalmei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. A few brief announcements before we conclude the service today. I want to thank everyone here for coming and making a minyan. That's awesome. I also want to thank everyone who came out last night to the Jewish community meetup at Top of the Park. I'm sorry if you missed it. It was a very good time had by all, I hope. We are looking forward tomorrow to welcoming Naomi Gert Lind, who grew up in the Beth Israel community. She will be delivering tomorrow's Devar Torah, since, as you can see, Rob Nadav is on a much needed, much deserved vacation. I hope he's having a lovely Shabbat in Massachusetts with his family. And Jeff Bernstein, of course, will be playing the role of the rabbi tomorrow, and probably Ron as well. We have some other things coming up in the next few weeks. We are planning to have an event called Bounce Barbecue and Barchu that will take place on Friday, July 8th. It is an outdoor event. We will have a bounce house for all ages, really, but definitely for kids and young adults. It starts at 5:30. From 5:30 to 6, we will have a tots only bounce time so that they can get in there. And then at 6, the older kids, of course, are welcome to join. We will be grilling hot dogs on our grill. You can register and pay for dinner on our website. I believe we'll get that up, the registration, early next week. And Naomi Gert Lind is also going to lead a really cool event called Pop-Up Mishnah. So she's going to go down to the Carytown Market where the picnic tables are, and she is literally going to deliver the Mishnah to the people. I believe this will be on July 6th, which is a Wednesday evening. If that goes well, we will be adding more events. I'm not sure of the time that will start, but it will be in the emails that will be coming out next week and the following weeks. So look out for that. And tomorrow is actually a day when we finally don't have a bar mitzvah. It will be a normal service, but I hope you still come. It will be really fun.
So with that, we will conclude.
Wait,
What?
are you comfortable?
Am I comfortable on the beamer? Yeah, it's your fault. Yes. Ooh. Oh, it is actually the 26th anniversary of my bat mitzvah tomorrow. So that's a thing. Thank you for remembering. And now we'll conclude our service on page 54 with Adon Olam. Do you have a favorite melody?
I will go with the bat mitzvah girls.
Adon Olam asher malah b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasav b'epsoko azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam v'acharei kiflot hakol leva'ado yimloch nora Adon Olam Behu haya, behu ove, behu yeh betifara Adon Olam, behu echad b'yein sheni, lehamshilo lechachbira Adon Olam, b'li reshit, b'li tachlit, b'lo ha'oz v'hamizra Adon Olam, behu eli v'chai goali b'tzor hebli b'yitzara Adon Olam behu nisi umanos li minat kosi b'yom nekra Adon Olam b'yado afkid ruchi b'yeti sham b'ya'ira Adon Olam V'imruchi kiviati.
Finish strong.
Adonai li v'lo ira Adon Olam.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. Yeah.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Yeah, Shabbat shalom.
Nope, literally never. I mean, when I was in the choir, when I was a child, but we had a children's choir at Tree of Life, so there were a lot of us. Nope, that's the first time I ever led. Oh, thank you so much. Oh,
Very nice, and his voice is so beautiful.
yeah, thank you. We gotta get Charles up here so we can do a duet.
Yeah, well, he's in Ohio.
The which one?
Of course he is.
Kidding.
Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful for him. Of course he is. He does everything. He's very talented. He is an amazing guy. Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you to say. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was fun.
1 second before you.